This episode is brought to you by CarterComics.com. It's your one-stop shop for all your comic needs, whether it be graded or raw. Carter Comics has got it all. All you gotta do is go to CarterComics.com, fill your card up with all their amazing comics. Use the discount code FreakNet, FREAKNET. Save you 10% at checkout. Not only on their website, but also at their eBay account. And the link to eBay can be found on their homepage at CarterComics.com. Again, CarterComics.com is your one-stop shop for all comic needs.
It's time! It's time! It's JFW time! Alright guys, it's that time to get step in the ring with the greatest faction in podcast history. Just Freakin Wrestling, the JFW Podcast, hosted by Travis.
I'm Dizzle J.
And I yelled that loud because I want to get your kid to wake up, because who the fuck sleeps at 10 a.m. on a Saturday?
Fucking normal people, all right?
Fucking
It's you psychos that get up before 8 a.m. on Saturday.
the normies? You talking about the normies, bro?
Yeah, I call them psychos.
Jeez, what's that one song? Get Psycho. That's a good song. Who does that song?
I don't know.
I think it's Disturbed. Get Psycho. Run, you little bitch. I want. Oh, God. I need to
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, somebody needs a theme
That's
song.
it.
There we go. Hell yeah, brother. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. I'm good. You know, it's Saturday. Weather's not that bad. Fucking we got a whole weekend worth of wrestling. We're going to talk about here in a minute.
There we go.
Yeah. We were talking, most of it was off air last week. We were talking kind of like a little bit about what JFW used to be and where we were and where we're going and all that stuff. And one of the things that came up, and I guess I should have asked you about it before we started recording, but I mean, we spent a half hour talking about, I don't know, like fecal matter and, you know, main eventers. What was the final freaking thought that we used to do?
The final freaking thought, I think it was like at the end of the show, one of us would have a, man, I should have went back and listened because I do remember us talking about it now.
I just can't remember what, like, was it our thoughts and opinions on something, or did we talk about a certain topic and kind of discuss it? Like, I can't remember what it was.
I think each week one of us would have a final freaking thought.
Okay.
We discussed it probably.
That's fine. So one thing that me and Jay were talking about, and something I think I did have a discussion with Nubby and Pacman about it last episode, Sunday, is I want to try to bring back some of the old stuff, roots of what we used to do. And one of the things is I want to start doing the final freaking thought again, whatever the fuck that was. I can't remember. I want to do it again. So next time Jay's on, we'll do that as soon as he goes back and finds out what that was. But also, we started talking more about our Patreon again. Something that we haven't talked about in a very long time that we want to remind everyone about. And, you know, to go try and go check out what we offer over on Patreon, and maybe become a patron yourself. So go to patreon.com/Freak Net or JFW Podcast, and sign up over there. See all the stuff that we offer. We may actually update because we haven't updated it in quite some time, and that's on me. I'll definitely get it updated. But it'll be
forgot about it.
We did 100%. Yeah. Well, it's just like we put it out there for people who are fans of the show, who want to support us, could do so over there. And that's why we offer such cheap Patreons, like $1 a month and $2 a month. And it goes up to, I think it's like $15 a month, and those are sponsors and shit like that. But we want to give more content out to people, and that's the way we wanted to do it. because we wanted to offer additional videos and watch-alongs and shout-outs and stuff like that. So it will be updated. I'm going to update it, and I'm going to take some opinions and suggestions from Jay and Nubby and Pax and all that stuff to try to get that more updated. I'll probably replace the WWE Network with Peacock because that's what it is now. But it will be updated, but the prices aren't going to change, and what we offer isn't going to change. So if you guys feel like you want to help us out, just go sign up for Patreon and help us out. I mean, there's things out there that really do help us build, and unfortunately, it costs money to build. There's a financial part of what we're doing that is included. Carter Comics has made this more than anything I could ever imagine it to be. Carter Comics is always going to be our number one sponsor, and if that destroys us for other sponsors, it is what it is. But nobody has helped us out as far as a network, as far as JFW and this freaking show, than Carter Comics has. So they have done so much for us, and they allow, like, I guess they help out more this freaking show than they do JFW, because it allows me and Joe to go do cemetery vlogs and stuff. JFW could do things too if I had co-hosts who, are willing to leave their fucking houses, but I don't, and that's fine. It's whatever. I get it. I got children or whatever. Heath Slater.
Fucking Nubby.
These little turtles fucking roaming around and shit. Fucking falling over on their shells. Yeah.
Goddamn Pax, his energy balls,
Yeah. The fucking stupid ass. Anyways. We do this for you guys, and all we ask for you guys to look at some of the things that help us get more out of life, and that's Patreon. That's going to CarterComics.com and buying comics and stuff, because we do get a percentage of the sales at a certain point. And so it's weird. It's like you guys can buy comics and save money, and by doing so, it helps us make money. And I know a lot of people don't like talking about that aspect of it, but let's be honest, sponsors pay people to fucking be sponsors. Okay. So we know behind the curtain, there's fucking money being transferred and shit. I've been very open and honest about that when I joke about my checks being cut every fucking month. And Doug knows, and Doug's appreciated. He finds it entertaining just like everyone else does. That's why I got fucking listeners. But yeah, you go into Carter Comics and buying products from him sends us a bigger check every month. So you can help us out by that way, or you can go to audibletrial.com/freaknet. You can sign up for Audible. You get a 30-day free trial plus a credit to your first book. That helps us earn money as well. So there's a lot of things you can do that would give us money, but there's a lot of free things you could do like Audible too. So I would look into doing something like that, going to TeePublic, searching JFW Podcast or Freaknet, checking out all our merch and buying merch. Yeah, there's things you guys could do. And I get it that, like, I think I had the same conversation last time Jay was on, and I hate to keep fucking pushing it, but when I constantly get berated by people to buy a ticket to their wrestling show or buy their merchandise, it's like I am 100% on board on doing that, but to get, you have to give. And I know that sounds selfish or sounds petty, but if I'm going to spend my money on you, all I'm asking is for you to spend your money on me.
We even post when TeePublic has sales.
Yeah, they had a huge sale.
We want you to buy it at full price. Hey, buy it. Just buy it. We don't care what price you get it at. Just buy it.
Yeah, and there's so many different options for products and stuff. Just T-shirts and tank tops and sweatshirts and pullovers and zip-ups, hats. Now they got phone cases and notebooks and pillows and tapestries and shopping bags. Like there's options out there. And we're not asking you to spend thousands of dollars. Just buy a T-shirt, and that helps us. Again, sign up for Audible. It's absolutely free, and it gets us money. Go buy comics. If you're a fan of comics, buy Graded or Raw, and use the discount code FreakNet. Save yourself 10%. That's all at the beginning of our show now. You save 10% on your entire fucking order. You get free shipping. And if you buy multiple, items at once, you save an additional 10%. You're saving so much money by getting stuff you enjoy, and it helps us because we make money. So, and again, Patreon, the thing that we're going to try to do, we're going to try to get Patreon to grow. We want you guys as listeners to be part of that. Contribute to Patreon, help us as we build content. I said, all the stuff is there. Patreon.com/JFW Podcast. Read all the tiers. Sign up for one of them. And we'll do that shit for you. We'll get the shout outs on the show. And if we get to the point where we get subscribers for the additional podcast, Jay's gonna have to step up and fucking do that. So make Jay fucking step up and fucking do that.
Make him work.
Yeah, make him really do 33%, not the 18 I've been getting. It's fine though. We're good.
I wore the red shirt to work the other day. Someone was like, "Mr. 33%." I turned around and did the old Rob Van Dam, like Dizzle J. Man, you're really full of yourself, aren't you? Oh, you goddamn right. I'm 33% full of myself. So.
Did you tell them where they can buy the shirt?
tpublic.com.
That's right.
I was like, I got more on sale.
Fuck yeah. And they had the same too. Like one of the ultimate goals is too, because I appreciate everything TeePublic does because it's such a convenience. You go and buy it and they do the shipping and design and stuff. But there's a point where I'd love to do the merchandise in-house. Like I would love for us to make the merchandise and do it ourselves. But we need to make money in order to do that. So down the line, hell, I'll turn my guest room into, the merchandise place and stuff. And I will make the merchandise as ordered. And we may be able to get a little bit higher quality and shit like that. But until we can make the money to do something like that, it's going to have to go through tpublic.com. So keep that shit in mind, guys. Like we're here more often than we've ever been before. And that's thanks to Nubby, Pax. That's thanks to Dizzle J. We're putting out nearly 4 to 5 episodes a month now compared to the 3 or 4 that we normally do. Sometimes we get 6 a month. I think this month, not this month because it's July compared to June, but in the span of the last 4 weeks, we're going to have like 6 episodes out.
Yep.
And we're doing that to build the content for you guys, So keep it in mind again, patreon.com/JFW Podcast. Go there, sign up, become a patron. Go to tpublic.com, search JFW, search Freaknet, buy our merch. Go to audibletrial.com/Freaknet, sign up for a 30-day free trial. And of course, go to cartercomics.com and buy comics and shit like that. And also subscribe to my fucking YouTube channel so I could give some shit away. Sign up over.
Look at all those pops just looking for a home.
No, not those. Those are mine. There's some over here though. Yeah. No, I got some duplicates over here that
I don't know.
I'm like, no, fuck that. I gotta put that shit up on a wall over there somewhere. I want to be honest, Joe or Jay or whoever the fuck you are. Jay, I just got done doing the freaking shit.
Don't wear glasses. I don't know which one the fuck you are.
There's no fucking 4-eyed fucks. I wore contacts this morning, so I'm fine.
I know, I see that.
Yeah, no, so that's it. I don't want to mislead anyone. I don't want to mislead anyone, Jay. I want to be upfront and honest. So when people look back there and they see all those, no, those are mine. Those are. You can see the coffee mugs. Those coffee mugs you get on TeePublic, but those Funkos are mine. I'm not offering those up. But I do got a few other Funkos, and I got some graded wrestling comics that are going to be used as giveaways to the subscribers of our JFW Podcast YouTube channel. So subscribe over there. And let's go with that. But let's dive into wrestling because we do got 2 shows we got to talk about. And I want to kind of cover some wrestling articles that went out there. And we're going to kind of rapid fire those towards the end because I think there's like a nearly a dozen, I want to say close to 10, but nearly a dozen wrestling articles I pulled up that we're going to read. We're going to read through and we're going to get opinions on. So I want to do that. But obviously we got to cover the pay-per-views here first. So obviously tonight we're going to have WWE Money in the Bank. So we'll go over that first. We'll do our predictions and all that shit. And so far, I am still in the lead. Me and Pax won last week. We tied. So congratulations to us. Sucks for you and Nubby. It is what it is, though. So let's see if you guys can catch up. So Money in the Bank. 2024 Money in the Bank is an upcoming professional wrestling event produced by the American company WWE. It will be the 5th annual Money in the Bank event that will take place on Saturday, July 6, 2024. At the Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Does 15 sound right?
It does. With the 15th Money in the Bank match?
No, 15th Money in the Bank pay-per-view.
No, I thought you said the 5th.
15th annual Money in the Bank event.
Oh, see, yeah, that sounds a lot better. I thought you said 5th.
No, but does 15 sound right? Has there really been 15 Money in the Bank pay-per-views?
Yeah, probably.
God, that's insane.
What, 2009?
Sure. You can math it. The event is aired via pay-per-view and live streaming and will be held for wrestlers for the promotion Raw and SmackDown brand divisions. I think they should have opened it up to NXT.
Oh, always.
Right? And why not have an NXT Money in the Bank? Why not have 3 Money in the Bank matches? I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, I remember I wanted a whole pay-per-view full of Money in the Bank matches, but...
Yeah, well, you're a lunatic. God. This will be the first Money in the Bank event to be held in Canada and the second consecutive to take place outside the United States after the 2023 event. What was the 2023 event at? Saudi Arabia? Oh, London, England. Gotcha. Okay. The event is what?
I'm not upset with that at all. Those foreign fucking crowds be killing it, dude.
Oh, they're louder than us. 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The event bad.
Yeah, Chicago. I mean, a lot of people praise Chicago being like a wrestling city. I don't know. I don't think they had anything on fucking Scotland or Ireland or wherever they were last month. Scotland.
France
was aggressive too, yeah.
France was aggressive.
Yeah. This event is based around the Money in the Bank ladder match, a multi-person ladder match in which participants compete to obtain a contract that grants the respective men's and women's winner a match for a championship of their choice at any time within the next year. WWE Hall of Famer and Toronto native Trish Stratus will be the host of the event.
It was still a smoke show.
Oh God, right? Fucking A. She's like one of the few who haven't changed like face wise.
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't know. Like, I mean, I Lita and Michelle McCool, they look very similar, but Tori Wilson and Kelly do not look the same to me.
Yeah, they don't look like the same person.
No, they don't. Stacy Keibler, same thing. Do not look the same to me.
Wait. Michelle McCool looks the exact same too.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, where you go, Taker? God, fucking God. He gives me hope. He gives me hope for the future.
He's also 375 pounds.
Get off my dick, bro. Calm down.
Dude, I'm right there with you. I got this six head going on right now.
I saw a meme on Facebook that said Cher, who's like in her 70s, has a boyfriend who's like 30-something years old. Yeah. And like some other woman who's like late in her years, I think it's Madonna or something, is dating somebody who's also in their 30s. So it's like don't be afraid you haven't found the right person. They just haven't been born yet.
Oh God.
I know, right? A little fucked up. Now if that was men, canceled instantly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I like to believe that maybe my soulmate just hasn't graduated high school yet. So we'll see. Right. Hey, listen, my mom and dad had a 14-year age difference, and they made it work for at least 2 years. That's all I want. Give me fucking no. Well, that's not 2 years. What was it? 5 years.
Just 2 years.
They made it 5 years. That's what. Give me 5 fucking years. Like I mean, shit. I mean, 14 years from now. What is my? That means my future wife is 11. 7 years from now. Let me know. No, that's not right. Yeah. No.
Yeah, she'll be 18. Wait.
35, 20. I can't math. She's 23 right now, so she's out there somewhere. I started telling Ashley, I'm like, don't be weird, but I'm gonna start hitting on your friends. So, yeah. So far, I have. Yeah, I don't give a shit. Yeah, she's an adult. They're an adult. I don't give a fuck. Right. Yeah. As I tell her, like, don't you want me to be fucking happy? I don't give a shit. Yeah. I did talk to. Never mind. This is this freaking show stuff.
Yeah. We'll talk after. We
talk about this weekend. That's fine. Money in the Bank is an annual professional wrestling event produced by the American Promotion WWE. Okay. Produced by the American Promotion WWE since 2010, generally held between May and July. Along with WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series, this is considered one of the promotion's 5 biggest events of the year. I guess consistently, yes, but I wouldn't want this to be one of the top 5.
I always liked it on being on the Mania card.
I thought it was better when it was part of Mania. I think we talked about that, right? Like, we're not a big fan of PLEs, the like Elimination Chamber, Hell in a Cell, stuff like that. Yeah, TLC. Referred to as the Big Five. The concept of the show comes from WWE's established Money in the Bank ladder match, in which multiple wrestlers use ladders to retrieve a briefcase hanging above the ring. The briefcase contains a contract that guarantees the respective men and women winners a match for a championship of their choosing at any time within the next year. The 2024 matches were announced and have 6 participants each, evenly divided between wrestlers of Raw and SmackDown. On January 4th, 2024, the 15th Money in the Bank event was announced to be held on Saturday, July 6th at the Scotia Bank in Toronto, Canada, marking the first Money in the Bank to be held in Canada and the second to be held outside the United States, which was 2023's held in London, England. Wikipedia needs to stop repeating the same fucking paragraphs just to add length to their content. It'll air on Peacock in the United States and the WWE Network in most international markets. The show is promoted as being part of the 3-night Money in the Bank weekend event as the preceding night's July 5th episode of Friday Night SmackDown and NXT's July 7th stream of Heatwave. It will also be take place at the Scotia Bank. Storylines. The card will include matches that result from scripted storylines. Way to give away, kayfabe.
Scripted?
Yeah, what? What? Qualifying matches for the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match began on June 17th episode of Raw. The qualifiers were held as a series of 6 triple threat matches with 3 each on Raw and SmackDown. Io Sky claims Raw's first spot by defeating Kiana James and Zelina Vega. Chelsea Green became the first from SmackDown to qualify by defeating Bianca Belair and Michin on the June 21st episode of SmackDown. On June 24th episode of Raw, Lyra Valkyria became the second to qualify, defeating Kairi Sane and Shayna Baszler. SmackDown's final 2 spots were determined on the June 28th episode of SmackDown when Tiffany Stratton defeated Cargill and Candice LeRae, with Naomi defeating Blair Davenport and Indy Hartwell. Raw's final spot was won by Zoe Starks, who defeated Dakota Kai and Ivy Nile on the July 1st episode this past Monday. The men's Money in the Bank ladder match qualifiers began on June 17th as well, as Raw were also held as a series of 6 triple threat matches with 3 on SmackDown, 3 on Raw. Jey Uso won Raw's first spot, defeating Balor and Mysterio, and we all remember that because fucking the Wyatt 6 showed up. 2 of SmackDown's participants were determined on June 21st. Carmella Hayes qualified, defeating Orton and Tama Tonga, and Andrade qualified, defeating Grayson Waller and Kevin Owens. Second spot on Raw was earned by Chad Gable, who defeated Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed. Also, following that, Wyatt 6 showed up again on the June 24th episode of Raw. SmackDown's final spot was LA Knight, who defeated Logan Paul and Santos Escobar. Followed by Drew McIntyre claiming Raw's final spot by defeating Sheamus and Ilya Dragunov on July 1st episode this past Monday. On night 2 of WrestleMania 40 on April 7th, Seth Freakin Rollins lost the World Heavyweight Championship to Drew McIntyre, who would in turn immediately lose the title to Damian Priest in the ladder's Money in the Bank cash-in match. Funny pun. Ladders is an Latters. That means before.
Yeah.
At first I'm like, you spelled ladders wrong, you stupids. Rollins then took time off for a knee injury. On June 17th episode of Raw, Rollins made his return from the injury, stating his intentions to reclaim the title. As Rollins was about to announce his participation in the Money in the Bank ladder match, he was interrupted by Priest, who said that out of respect, he had actually wanted to cash in on Rollins at WrestleMania. Rollins noted their similarities in which both had won their first World Championship via a Money in the Bank cash-in at WrestleMania. With Rollins occurring at WrestleMania 31, which is surprising. I can't believe that was 9 years ago in 2015. After being asked by Rollins if he wanted a legacy to be, Priest decided to challenge Rollins to the Money in the Bank for the Heavyweight Championship on the line. Rollins accepted. The match was made official. I'm not doing big words this morning. The following week, I'm just not doing it. The following week, Priest declared that Rollins would never see the mountaintop as long as he was champion. Rollins came out and proposed that if he lost, he would never challenge again for as long as Priest was champion. But if he won, Priest would be forced to leave Judgment Day. Priest accepted. On June 17th, Sami Zayn was celebrating a successful Intercontinental title defense at Clash of Castle, Scotland. He was interrupted by Braun Breaker, who stated that he wanted Zayn's championship. On the next episode, Zayn confronted Breakker backstage outside of Raw General Manager Adam Pearce's office and agreed to defend his title against Breakker in Zayn's home country of Canada at Money in the Bank, and Pearce made it official. In April, Solo Sikoa became the de facto leader of the Bloodline after Roman Reigns lost the title to Cody Rhodes on Night 2 of WrestleMania. With Reigns taking a hiatus, on the following SmackDown, Sikoa introduced Tama Tonga as the newest addition to the group. During that time, Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, who previously had their own respective issues with the Bloodline, began to team up against the stable, and at Backlash France, the Bloodline newest member, Tonga Low, helped Tama and Sika defeated Orton and Owens in a street fight. Orton and Owens then continued to be involved in numerous matches against members of the Bloodline. After Rose successfully defended the title at Clash at the Castle, he was attacked by the Bloodline, with Owens and Owens making the save. On the following episode of SmackDown, Orton and Tama competed in Money in the Bank qualifying matches, but despite Loa's interference, the two lost. Later, Owens was attacked by Tama and Loa, which also cost him a qualifying match. Also, the same night, a non-title match between Sikoa and Rhodes ended in no contest after another interference from the Bloodline. Owens and Orton tried to save Rhodes, but they were attacked by another new member, Jacob Fatu. On June 24th, a six-man tag match pitting the Bloodline against Rhodes, Orton, and Owens was announced for Money in the Bank. Yeah. Okay. So we got 5 matches because unlike AEW, they don't need half a dozen or a dozen. They can do it with half.
They had a baker's dozen.
They had 15 matches when it was all said and done. Oh. They added 2 more in between our predictions on Saturday and the event on Sunday.
Are you fucking kidding?
Yeah, no, stupid. Idiots. But it's fine. It's fine. It's still wrestling. It's still real to me, damn it. So let's start with Money in the Bank ladder match for the men's championship match contract. We got Jey Uso, Carmelo Hayes, Andrade, Chad Gable, LA Knight, and Drew McIntyre. Pax win McIntyre. Nubby win LA Knight. Who you got, Jay?
This match I've been contemplating because it can go so many different directions.
Yeah. Well, no, and that's the thing, because Pax chose McIntyre, but you know fucking CM Punk's going to be involved somehow.
Yeah.
You know, and you could go LA Knight, and you can say, like, hey, you know, it was supposed to be his time last year. It's his time this year. But does he really cash in? Does he really cash in on, Logan Paul? Logan Paul can fucking interfere. You know, or does LA Knight really cash in on Cody Rhodes? Because we could get heel LA Knight. Chad Gable, I don't see it. Andrade would be fucking solid, but I don't think he has like the
solid choice. But
Andrade would be a great one. But the thing is, though, is like when it comes to Money in the Bank, it's more of a heel thing.
Yeah,
I think everyone. Yeah, it seems like every time somebody wins, it's always heelish. You know, it's always. Except I think who fucking won it? Was it John Cena, who had the briefcase and like, I'm going to tell you when I'm cashing it in?
They made a pay-per-view event.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't see Jey Uso having it because again, babyface. Carmelo Hayes could have it, but I don't think he seems to be having like a series of like high and low moments. I think that match with Cody Rhodes didn't fucking help him.
Man, I'm torn between McIntyre and Uso. I'm gonna go Uso.
Okay. I'm gonna go LA Knight. I think he seems like the one guy who could be a babyface who could win it, but could also do the heel turn and cash in on like Cody or something like that. I think it's gonna be a SmackDown guy. I don't see anyone doing a cash in on Damian Priest. Now, it would be an ironic situation, and I think we'll get down to it with the Rollins and Priest thing. If it is a Raw cash in and Seth Rollins does win, like even if, like, cause I think the thing is like it doesn't matter like if Seth Rollins wins the title, if Seth Rollins wins, Damien's out of Judgment Day. So even if Seth Rollins was to win by disqualification, technically he won and Damian Priest is out of Judgment Day. Now he's on his own and there's a raw briefcase out there.
I can see McIntyre winning it and then cashing in at the end of the night on either Rollins or Priest.
Well, that's what McIntyre said. Like, you know, like he will walk out of, Canada as champion. So I think if McIntyre wins, and maybe that's what it is too. Maybe I'll change my shit. Maybe McIntyre wins.
I'm thinking about it now too.
Well, think about it. McIntyre wins, cashes in that night, and CM Punk costs him the fucking title again. Because what did Punk say? Punk said, as long as he's around, McIntyre will never be champion.
But if he also gets the championship, that sets up him and Punk for a championship match for Punk to challenge for the championship when Punk comes back.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do that though.
I don't think so either. But
I don't think because then that means they're doing like Drew and Punk at SummerSlam.
I can see. I gotta go McIntyre. Switch me up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go McIntyre.
I'm pulling my Pacman card.
Yep.
That's my one.
I'm gonna go McIntyre too because I honestly believe I think McIntyre wins, but I think he cashes in and Punk costs him the opportunity to cash in. I think the bell rings. I think Punk comes out and does some shit that prevents him from fucking being able to cash it in, and it's squandered at that point.
Yeah,
like he hands it in, the bell rings, Punk comes out, Dude gets disqualified or some shit. He attacks fucking Drew McIntyre. Match is over. He attacks fucking Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre wins, but the child didn't change hands on disqualification. Yep. So now he's out of the fucking championship again. And I think that adds layers. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I know fucking somebody over at WWE is watching our fucking pod being like, when's the show come out? Because this is what's going to give that guy another month of fucking employment.
Yeah.
Whoever's over there who's crushing it in fucking creative right now, you're welcome.
Yeah. We'll take a check. Yeah.
Sign up to my Patreon for God's sakes. Buy some shirts.
At least send us a handful of tickets or something.
Yeah. Something. God, give me some shit. Just admit it. You don't even have to fucking do it anonymously. Give me an anonymous donation. Create a fake Facebook account and be like, hey, I want to send you some money. What's your fucking
what's your cash app?
Yeah, fucking cash app. God, fucking children. Hey Travis, here's the money. What the fuck is Venmo? Money in the Bank ladder match for women's championship contract. You got Io Sky, Chelsea Green, Lyra Valkyrie, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, Zoe Starks. Nubby went Stratton. Pacman went Sky. I think I'm gonna go with the one that makes the most sense. I'm gonna go side with Nubby and I'm gonna go Stratton.
Really? I'm going Green.
Yeah.
I just feel like she's on some kind of roll right now, and she's.
Here's my problem with Chelsea Green. I knew she was gonna win the triple threat match because I know she does really good. She's like fucking Dolph Ziggler. She's really good at bumping. She's really good at taking heat. But she's gone on podcasts and said like she doesn't care to ever be champion. She doesn't need it. She doesn't want it. She just wants to go out there and like prove a point. And yeah, that's all well and good. Being tag champion. Yeah, I don't know her. I think, and again, I'm going back to the whole. I believe this was gonna happen with Drew McIntyre. I see Chelsea Green if she was to hold the briefcase, she will cash it in and fail. And I don't think they'll do that twice in 1 year.
Hey, I'm going to bet on the long shot. I think Sky would be a reasonable one.
Yeah.
Because she can go back after Bailey.
But that's the thing, man. And that's why it's fine for you to do that because you're losing. Not as bad as Nubby, but losing in regardless. You're in third place. So to take the long shots, hey man, I would do it too if I was a loser. But the thing is, I just got to maintain my lead for the next half year.
You got to maintain a lead. I can take all these fucking long shots.
That's right. Fuck yeah, you can. And here's the thing: if Chelsea Green was to win, I love Chelsea Green. I love her character, and I love her wrestling ability. I think she could be a valued champion in WWE. Hell, I can see her winning the briefcase, and her and Piper Niven sharing it, and Piper cashing in behind her back or some shit to be champion. Because Piper could be a valid champion too.
Yes.
I don't see WWE doing that though. Unless they did it that way. Here's the thing: writer who listens to our show, who's sitting there waiting for this show to come out. If you do it that way, where they what's it called, the demolition rule or the Freebird rule, the fucking briefcase
championship.
They can, yeah. This Money in the Bank is for any title. So who knows? You can have Chelsea Green go down to fucking NXT and cash in for that belt and that was Charlotte Flair did with hers. Yep. She cashed in for NXT. So I don't know what she picked the NXT title for the Royal Rumble or whatever the fuck it was.
No, it was WrestleMania. She faced Rhea Ripley for the first time.
Okay.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, so there's options of shit to go on. I mean, it's fucking wrestling. You can do whatever you want. So yeah. Chelsea could win. They can cash in for tag titles. Chelsea could win. They could Freebird rule the briefcase, and Piper Niven can utilize it if she wants to too. I just think Stratton is just most logic person. Now I know there was something that came out. It's actually I think it's gonna be one of the articles we're gonna talk about here later on in the show. It was about some post that accidentally came out where she referred to Cargill in a certain way. We'll talk about that. But I think they kind of moved on from that. I think everything's okay from that point. But I'm gonna go Stratton just because she's the heel, and babyfaces don't really win this shit. Last chance match for the World Heavyweight Championship. If Priest wins, Rollins can never challenge for the title again for as long as Priest is champion. If Rollins wins, Priest must leave the Judgment Day. Who you got? Jay?
I'm gonna go Priest. For being, I guess, technically a heel, he's had a pretty decent run so far, and I mean he's put it up every pay-per-view since winning, if I'm not right.
Yeah. I mean, it's only been 2, but yeah.
But still.
What do you mean, but still? It's 2. It's fucking 2, man. Calm the fuck down.
He's already got half as many defenses as Roman.
It's 2. Okay? Calm down. Fucking A, dude. I'm not about to call him the fucking workhorse or some shit. He ain't no fucking
I didn't say that. I'm just saying for a heel to defend it since he's gotten it. Seems a little more.
It's 2. It's still just 2, bro. It's still fucking 2. You know?
Whatever.
It's like if you went up to your fucking kid and like, hey, J-Mal, I noticed that your fucking toys are laying around the ground. Why don't you start picking this shit up? And there's like a dozen fucking toys on the ground. And he picks up 2. And you fucking pat him on the back, give him a cookie, and go send him off to play with his fucking VR Quora, whatever the fuck that stupid Oculus bullshit is. It's just 2, bro. It's fucking good. Tell you what,
good shit.
6 months from now, if he has 6 title defenses, then you can say, hey, this guy's going out there month after month. Then right now it's just fucking 2. Well, come on, it's like this guy's going out there and he's busting his ass. Yeah, you know what? He also busted his fucking leg in his last fucking title defense. So let's settle the fuck down. Dude's out there trying to springboard and he gets caught in the fucking ropes. I felt bad.
Go on rants.
What?
I don't ever remember you going on rants.
No, I don't do that shit.
No.
You know what? I didn't used to until somebody started showing up. I'm gonna go Rollins. I'm gonna say Rollins wins by disqualification. I think because I think disqualifications happen in this match. I don't think it's an ODQ and shit. I think you can be disqualified. I think the Judgment Day comes out to help out and they fuck up and accidentally hit Rollins in front of the referee and Seth Rollins gets disqualified, making him the victor and putting Damian Priest out in the cold.
I could see that. And I think it's about time for Priest to actually leave Judgment Day anyway.
See, I disagree. I actually want Judgment Day to grow. I want Aleister Black and Buddy Matthews in the Judgment Day. I want 99 Ministry of Darkness back, but Judgment Day style. Corporate ministry. So your Nubby went Damian Priest and Pacman went Seth Rollins. Next up, we got Braun Breaker taking on Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship. Pacman, it's my turn to go first. I'm gonna go Breaker. I think it's a crapshoot that they're gonna let Sami lose in Canada, but you know what? They already did his little victory versus Chad Gable in Canada. So also, I'm not sure who did this. Why the fuck is there 2 Ks in Breaker? Was it always like that?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Weird. I'm gonna pick Braun Breaker's gonna win the Intercontinental Championship in Canada against Sami Zayn.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think Breaker's definitely on a hot streak right now. It makes sense to put a title on him.
Mm-hmm.
Let him be a fucking beast. Jesus, don't.
Yeah. Yeah, he's everything that his dad and his uncle are, and then some.
Yeah.
Not promo. Still kind of goofy on promo. So every time he talks, I'm waiting for him to do some fucking math. He hasn't done it yet.
If he starts that Kurt Angle and shit, then we're in trouble.
Finally, we got Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens taking on the bloodline of Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, and Jacob Fatu with Tonga Loa at ringside.
Wait, who the other two?
What?
Who did the other two pick for the Intercontinental Championship?
Oh, I'm sorry. We all went Breaker. I thought I said that.
Oh,
sorry. Yeah, we're all going Breaker on that one. Yeah, that's not me. Good call, man. Appreciate it. The other idiots would just fucking. I'm sorry. The other guys would just ignore that and just move on. So, good catch. I didn't mean to call them idiots. That's my bad.
Better idiot.
Yeah, better idiots. Available on tpublic.com. Main event wise, Pacman went Bloodline. Nubby went Cody, Owens, and Orton. I kind of it seems logical that the Bloodline would win, but I remember, and I'm not sure if it was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Cody went on SmackDown and told, I think it was like right before the Sikoa match. Cody said, "Hey, I have a plan." And till this point, we haven't seen any plan go into effect. I'm thinking that the plan is going to happen at Money in the Bank. Now, I don't know what that plan means. I don't know if somebody from AEW is going to show up, because I don't know of any people who've been released from AEW recently who would be over here. But he says he has a plan. And that plan I have yet to see actually happen. All that we've seen that happen so far is Jacob Fatu joining the Bloodline and destroying fucking everybody. So who knows? Maybe his plan is Roman comes back at Money in the Bank. Maybe his plan is he called The Rock. Maybe his plan is Brock Lesnar's done shitting on people to show up.
I've heard that.
Yeah. So it's a question to me of like, do I believe if Rhodes actually has a plan and that plan comes out here at the pay-per-view, or if they said it because they're trying to work something out and something didn't, like plans changed and they're hoping people forgot about it. But I didn't. I remember that shit. So I'm going to say it's going to be Rhodes, Orton, and Owens, because I think Cody does have a plan, and it's for a fourth person to show up, even the playing fields. And Rhodes, I don't know, Rhodes picks up, I'm going to say Rhodes picks up victory against, or not even that. Like, somebody picks up victory, it's going to be against Tama Tonga, I think. I don't think it's against Sikoa. I don't think it's against Fatu. I'm going to say it's against Tama Tonga. That's so I'm going to go Cody, Owens, and Orton.
I'm going to say The Bloodline. The Cody's gonna win the war, but Bloodline is gonna win this battle.
Okay. You got to keep in mind that last month, Bloodline did win that match, so I think it's gonna be those one for us, one for you kind of guy thing. So just keep that in mind. So. Okay, cool. Well, that's did I do it? Nubby went Cody, Rhodes, and Orton. Pacman went blah blah. Okay, cool. All right, let's talk about NXT Heatwave then. How we doing on time? We doing good? We solid? Oh yeah, we're good.
Yeah, sure, why not?
All right, fucking.
You don't pay attention to time, dude.
I do.
Yeah.
I kind of have to. Actually, I don't. I just fine. I know that we're never gonna fucking run long because we fill my fucking life with misery. Let's see, NXT Heatwave 2024. 2024 NXT Heatwave is an upcoming professional wrestling event produced by the American company WWE. This will be the third annual Heatwave produced by the company for its developmental brand NXT. The 10th Heatwave overall. It will take place on Sunday, July 7th, 2024 at the Scotia Bank Arena in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, as part of the Money in the Bank. What's the capacity for Scotia Bank? Capacity. So basketball is 19,000. Hockey is 18. Lacrosse is 18. Lacrosse, gross. Concert is 19,000. I'm gonna guess concert. I got. Theater says 5,200. How the hell do you drop that much? How do you drop by nearly 13,000 people for a fucking theater? Anyways, I'm gonna say
cut off one half of the building.
Well, that's stupid. Canada, idiots. Concerts 19,800. So I'm gonna say it's gonna be about 19,000. So we'll do that. Scotiabank, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, as part of the Money in the Bank weekend. Unlike the prior 2 years, which were held as televised specials, the 2024 will air WWE's live streaming platform, marking NXT's first live streaming event to be held in Canada since NXT TakeOver Toronto in 2019. Heatwave was originally named a professional wrestling event produced by ECW that took place annually between 94 and 2000. The 97 event was an internet pay-per-view, while 98 to 2000 Heatwaves aired on traditional pay-per-view. ECW folded in 2001. WWE acquired the assets of ECW in 2003. In 2022, WWE revived the event for its developmental brand NXT as an annual television special of the NXT program. Which, I mean, we've seen them do that with Bash at the Beach, Great American Bash, Halloween Havoc, which I do believe Halloween Havoc should have been a main card PLE for October and shit, but it's whatever.
And soon to be Super Brawl.
Yeah, I saw they got the trademark for that. I think that was one of the articles that we don't talk about now. Thanks.
Oh.
Starrcade. Who owns Starrcade? Is that NWA?
No, I think that's WWE.
If it's WWE and they're not using it, there's a problem. I don't think WWE owns it. You look it up while I keep reading. Do me a favor.
I'm going to look it up.
You look it up. You look it. Do something.
I'm doing something.
Do something. On January 4th, 2024, was announced that the third Heatwave under the WWE banner, the 10th overall, would be held on July 7th. Again, quit repeating yourself, fucking Wikipedia. Yeah, I don't read any of that. Storylines. Okay. The event will include matches that result from scripted story. God damn it. At Battleground in June 9th, Trick Williams defeated Ethan Page to retain the NXT Championship. On the following episode of NXT SmackDown's The Undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes announced that Williams would be defending his title at Heatwave against the winner of the 25-man Battle Royal, which was scheduled for next week's episode. The Battle Royal was won by Javon Evans. Later that night, however, Page argued that he was never officially eliminated from the Battle Royal. He was attacked by Oro Mensah. A match between Evans and Page was scheduled for the main event, which Page won. After the match, Williams and Page brawled while Shawn Spears attacked Evans. The following week, Spears defeated Williams in a non-title match, with Evans, Page, and Spears each having a claim for the title match. NXT General Manager Ava announced that Williams would defend his title against the 3 men in a fatal 4-way at Heatwave. What'd you find?
WWE had it in 2019.
Well, yeah, but they should be they should use Starrcade.
They should use Starrcade.
They should. They should also, they should do a fucking World War III too. Give me a 3-ring fucking event.
Ooh.
Right. At Battleground, Obafemi successfully defended his NXT North American Championship in a triple threat match, which involved Wes Lee. On the following episode, NXT, Femi celebrated his successful title defense before being interrupted by Lee, who requested a title match. Femi accepted, but under the stipulation that if Lee lost, he could never challenge Femi for the title for as long as he was champion. The match was later made official at Heatwave. At Battleground, Kalani Jordan won the ladder match to win the inaugural NXT Women's North American Championship. On the June 18th episode of NXT, Jordan complimented Soruka and promised to give her a title match. Ariana Grace interrupted, assuming Jordan was talking about her. A match between Grace and Ruka was scheduled for the following week, where the winner would face Jordan at Heatwave, which Ruka won. At Battleground, Roxanne Perez successfully defended her NXT Women's Championship, which is still Jordan Grace. Solid fucking match. On the next episode of NXT, Perez addressed the state of women's division with several women stating why they deserve to be Perez's next challenger, which included Lola Vice, who cited her victory over Shayna Baszler at NXT Underground match and in an NXT Underground match at Battleground. The following week, Perez and Vice teamed together in a triple threat tag team match, which they won, only for Perez to attack Vice after the match. On the next episode, Vice attacked Perez after a match and stole the title. Later that night, Vice placed the title in the office of NXT General Manager Ava. I'm sorry, am I boring you?
Huh?
You just yawn?
No, I wiped my nose.
I bullshit you did.
You want me to do the little... That's the Travis.
Maybe, give me one of those and don't be like,
like this.
Yeah,
I'll do it right in your face. I hope I yawn now. I hope I yawn now.
You big bitch, you. God. And demanded a title match against Perez at Heatwave, which was later made official. So, Heatwave has 6 matches, beating out Money in the Bank by 1, but 1 is a pre-show match, so it's fine. If they go the AEW route, this will turn into 36. Okay, so pre-show, we got Carmen Petrovic and Ariana Grace taking on JC Jane and Jasmine Nix. Pacman and Nubby are both going Jane and Nix. I'm also going to go Jane and Nix. What about you?
I'll go the other 2.
Okay. That's okay. That's cool. Okay, awesome. Okay.
I don't watch a whole lot of NXT, so I don't.
Hey, man, it's fine.
Like I can't argue my case for these.
Honestly, nobody can argue that for you. Nobody be like, oh, there you go, really. Tag team match for the NXT Tag Team Championships. You got Nathan, Frazier, and Axiom, who are the current NXT Tag Team Champions. They've been they haven't had issues, but kind of had some separation conflicts recently. Nathan Frazier doing some single shit, Axiom trying to reach him and stuff. Going against Chase University, who's also kind of having some division inside their group. So we have 2 tag teams who are going into this match with questionable teamwork on both sides. But Chase University's Andre Chase and Duke Hudson will be going for the NXT Tag Team titles with Riley Osborne and Thea Hale in their corner. Let's see here. Both Pacman and Nubby are going Chase U. Jay, who are you going to go with?
I think I'm going to go with Chase U.
Yeah. I'm gonna stick Frazier and Axiom. Okay. Singles match for the NXT Women's North American Championship. Kalani Jordan, current champion, going 1-on-1 against Sol Ruka. And Ruka is somebody I thought was going to win this ladder match. She probably should have. Unfortunately didn't. Both Nubby and Pacman are going Jordan on this one. I'm going to have to agree with them, and I'm going to have to go Jordan. I think she continues to retain. I don't think they pull the title away from the inaugural champion so quickly.
I'll follow suit.
Yeah. Which so honestly, Soruka I think is one of those girls that could probably she probably won't win the title because I don't think she's far off from being called up soon. So, just like Money in the Bank, here we have a last chance match for the NXT North American Championship. If Femi wins, Lee can never challenge for the title for as long as Femi has the championship. So we got Oba Femi, who is the current champion, still going one-on-one against Wesley. And keep in mind for those, Wesley never lost that title, had to give it up because he needed to have surgery. So Nubby's going Lee, Pacman's going Femi. Who you got, Jay?
Let's go Lee. I like Lee.
Yeah. How long has he been? I probably have to agree with you guys, and I have to go Lee too because Femi's had that title for a long time now. I think he won at the beginning of this year. I'm trying to look back and see if I can find the title reigns. Which I mean, I don't know if this is cheating by looking these up or not. But I mean, honestly, this is anything. See, here's the thing, though. I mean, realistically, Nubby and Pacman could easily be looking up this information themselves and finding the really making their decision shit. So no, I don't think this is me cheating.
No.
How long is God damn it? How long has Oba Femi been fucking champion? Go on, what were we gonna say?
I was like, yeah, you got all the resources at your hands. You might as well look it up.
100%. Oba's been champion since January 9th, and
oh yeah, it's about time.
Yeah, I think we're getting to that point where he could where he'd be good without it. Yeah, let's go Lee. I'm gonna go Wesley. I'm gonna say, maybe his time. Singles match for the NXT Women's Championship. We got Roxanne Perez, who's the current champion, going up against Lola Vice. This is Perez's second title reign. She won it, I think it was around WrestleMania. I think it was around that time. So only a few months. And I think she retains it. And you know what? Nubby and Pacman agree with me.
I agree.
See, you're making better fucking judgments as I'm explaining shit to you.
Hey, I believe
I'm gonna go with the other ones.
I made the argument. You changed your mind.
On who?
On the what the fuck was it? The pay-per-view.
Of course, there's a pay-per-view. All we talk about here are fucking pay-per-views. Are you fucking kidding me? What did you
know what the fuck I'm talking about?
That wrestling match. Oh,
Nia Jax. Yeah.
What was it?
That you were gonna pick the other one.
Oh, the win.
We started talking. We talked it out. I said how much better it would be.
Queen of the Ring. Oh, because you picked her, and then you gave your reasonings, and I just made your reasoning sound more logical. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I hate you sometimes.
I don't give a fuck. Be a better person. You wouldn't have to. I don't know. I'm sorry that I make your points more logical. I'm gonna go Nia Jax. Why?
All you did was take my point and make it your point. That's what happened.
No, what happened was is you came up with a point and I made it better to the point where WWE's like, yeah, that makes more sense. So they're probably like, oh, Jay's
King of the Ring is back.
Oh, what Jay's gonna do Nia Jax? That's a stupid idea. Oh wait, hold on. What's Travis got to say about it? Fuck yeah, we're going this route now. Yeah.
America.
Fuck yeah. And then finally, the main event. I'm guessing this is the main event. It's going to be the Fatal 4-Way match for the NXT Championship. Trick Williams taking on Javon Evans, Ethan Page, and Sean Spears. So, Nubby's going Williams. Pacman's going Page. I think for me, I could definitely say for sure Javon Evans isn't going to win. I think out of these four people, if you level them from definite to no, he's at the bottom. Not saying he couldn't, But when you list him as definitely to not, he's the fourth. Every ounce of my being says Shawn Spears. I don't know why. I think it's logical for Trick to win. I think that they're trying to build Trick and shit, but I think the problem is watching Trick chase the championship and holding the championship. The excitement is not the same. Yeah. Shawn Spears, obviously, out of everyone, probably has the. I don't know about Ethan Page, but for sure between Evans and Williams, Shawn Spears has the veteran mentality, which, obviously, yeah. When you look at the NXT title, 9 times out of 10, the champion is a new rising up and comer. Hold on 1 second. This shit pissed me off. Fuck you, Skype. Hold on. Block. That I'm not editing out. I don't give a shit. I'm sick of it. Okay. How the fuck does Skype have fucking spam? I don't get it. Anyways, 9 times out of 10 is always a veteran, it's always a newcomer, always a rising star, but they still do the veteran shit. Drew McIntyre was NXT champion when he returned. So the possibility is fucking there. So as much as I think it could still be Trick Williams because NXT wants to build him, I think him chasing it means that much more. And for that, I think if it comes down to Shawn Spears or Ethan Page, I'm going to go Shawn Spears. So I'm going to pick Spears to win.
I'm going to go Ethan Page.
Really? You don't want to go Evans so we could all have a different opinion?
No.
Why not? I mean, you picked Petrovic and fucking Grace.
I hope they come through so bad. Just to fuck y'all.
That's fine. I know they won't. It's okay.
I know I won't get a text if it happens.
All you have to do is just watch the highlights of NXT, man. That's all you got to do. And you'll know for a fact that your fucking preview is a joke. Because when you sit there and you look at JC Jane and Jasmine Nix going like, we're going to have to start making people remember who we are. And you think they're going to go into a pre-show match and lose? Come on now. God.
Yeah, they're going to be remembered for losing on the pre-show.
yeah, that's what it is. I mean, come on now. Okay. So those are our predictions. They're in the books. They're done. They're official. Let's move on. Okay. Let's talk about some of these articles that came out. I don't know. I'll just start right here. We'll just move our way back. All right. So the first article says, congratulations to AEW star Lance Archer. I'm just going to read the articles. Give me your opinions, Jay, and then we'll call it good. Lance Archer is one of AEW's many veteran talents who bring decades of experience to the young locker room. He has publicly expressed some frustration as of late, but remains focused on dominating. Oh, by the way, I don't know what any of these articles say, so.
Okay.
We're all going into this blindly. He has publicly expressed some frustrations as of late, but remains focused on dominating the competition in Tony Khan's company. Fans are currently praising Archer on what is a big day for the multi-time champion. The ticked-off Texan began his pro wrestling journey back in summer of 2000 after 4 years on the Texas indie scene. Archer debuted in TNA, and his 4-year run includes 2 reigns with the NWA World Tag Team Championship, following a brief run in All Japan. He then signed with WWE Developmental Deal to work FCW in 2009. The 19-month run included some FCW, WWE's ECW brand, SmackDown, and Superstars. Archer then found success in New Japan Pro Wrestling, Pro Wrestling Nova, and Global Force Wrestling before signing with AEW in 2020. He has continued to work various indie dates while under contract to Khan. The Murder Hawk Monster has wrestled 11 AEW matches in 2024 so far, and 9 for Ring of Honor. The 47-year-old recently made accusations against AEW, but today he is a celebratory mood on his 24th anniversary. Archer took to Instagram to mark the occasion and included a side-by-side look at how he changed. Today marks my 24th anniversary in pro wrestling. It's been an interesting journey, to say the least. Here's to another 24. Haha, just kidding. Shoot me if I try that. Lance Archer wrote with the photo below. Yeah, that's okay. Cool. All right, so Lance Archer, 24 years in the business. What's your thought on it? I know nothing about the guy other than he hangs out with Jake the Snake. So.
I remember his run in TNA because he did this like rock and bass, or his tag team partner was like an EDM guy, and the whole reason I remember Lance, I forget what his name was in TNA, is because he had a tramp stamp. And it was real stupid. Now he's later covered up with his new stuff, but he is a monster in the ring. I love his finisher. It's almost like the Razor's Edge.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of the guy facing towards your back, he's facing the front and he flips him around.
Oh, I've seen that. That's stupid.
It's neat.
No,
but
it's not.
I mean,
but hey, if you like it,
they don't use nobody. They got all these people. They don't use them. He's had 11 matches in 2024. We're 7 months in.
Well,
that doesn't seem like a lot.
No, seriously. We'll say 6 because we are in the beginning of July. So we'll say 6. So you got what, 3 shows a week? So 6, 12, so 24 weeks. So you're looking at 12, 24, 30, 48. So 72 shows, not including pay-per-views. So I don't know. So let's say 80. So you're using 1/8 of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's 11 AEW, but they also said he did 9 Ring of Honors. And he also did some indie spots and stuff. So he's still out there. But yeah, you're right. He's not being utilized in AEW. But that's the same for a lot of the guys.
Yeah. I mean, congratulations, 24 years in the business. That's awesome.
Yeah. You know, if I stuck with it, I'd be celebrating my 15 years in the business.
I don't know if I can backyard wrestle that young.
Yeah. Drew McIntyre left fuming after walking out of WWE event. Drew McIntyre was in a very bad mood heading into tonight's edition of SmackDown. This was last night's. The veteran defeated Dragunov and Sheamus in a triple threat match in the main event of this past Monday's edition of Raw, qualifying for the Money in the Bank ladder match. McIntyre became irate at the Money in the Bank kickoff show today after Michael Cole claimed he was being hypocritical. The Raw star threatened Cole and also ridiculed Damian Priest for cashing his Money in the Bank contract from behind at WrestleMania 40. McIntyre stormed out of the event and had some more words to say in a new video shared on the Instagram account. That thing has cost me the title twice. Look at the fact I just gave out. And try to find some. Look at the facts I gave out there, and try to find some people who have beaten me over the past 4 or 5 years clean. 95% I think is about accurate. I need that contract to put the power in my bloody hands. Tell me when I'm lying, he said. Which is funny because I think Punk said in a promo in AEW, tell me when I'm telling lies. And now he's saying, tell me when I'm lying. For those who didn't catch that, I think that's what happened. What's your thoughts on him talking about the Money in the Bank costing him the title twice, and now he's saying he needs it in order to. So he's basically disavowing the Money in the Bank. That's a political term for you guys. He's saying that it's a bad thing, but he needs this bad thing to give him what he needs. So what's your thoughts on it?
Pretty much, you fuck me, now I'm gonna fuck you, is what it sounds like. But I agree with Cole. It's kind of hypocritical. You know, you're bitching about people doing it to you, but now you want to turn around and do it to somebody. And the problem with McIntyre is, like, as a recent, and he sounds crybaby-ish sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Not like the Scottish Psycho.
Yeah.
Like, fuck this whining shit. Just start murdering people left and right. And not obviously for real, but...
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
You know, what you did with Punk, you should be doing every week to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Drag him through the back lot. Who cares?
AEW, major AEW stars faction name officially confirmed. Earlier tonight, it looked like a new AEW faction's name has just been made official, as it was used by several personalities. This would be the What? Conglomeration. Stupid.
What the fuck?
This would be the conglomeration, which the trio of Mark Briscoe, Kyle O'Reilly, and Orange Cassidy have called themselves. For some time now, Briscoe has been throwing the word out during his backstage interviews as he called this the word of the day. Last week, he hinted at this being the name of their faction while they were addressing a bout between Zack Sabre Jr. and Orange Cassidy at Forbidden Door. During tonight's episode of AEW Rampage, the Undisputed Kingdom was backstage with Renee. They then talked about the conglomeration and how they would been a thorn in their side for some time now. The faction had some words to say as they were upset at the group of bamboozling their friend Kyle O'Reilly. The Violent Artist looks like at home with his new group, with him even picking up a few promo tips from Mark Briscoe. Roderick Strong has remained watching and supporting him from a distance with the hopes of trying to bring him to his side and make him join the Undisputed Kingdom. Starting from the day of his AEW return up to this day, O'Reilly has consistently refused to join his side. So, first off, stupid name, but let's get your point. The conglomeration, Briscoe, O'Reilly, and Cassidy. Conglomeration.
What the fuck?
Stupid.
What is that? Is it like the 109th fucking fraction they have it there?
They need more faction, man. They don't got many factions.
And let's talk about the United, or the Undisputed Kingdom. You
Sure.
can't come up with something else that you didn't have in WWE. We really like Undisputed, but we need a little something extra.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
I think they're doing it on purpose, though,
I understand, maybe. Like the Voodoo Kid Mafia.
Yeah. I think that's why I think fucking Paige and Spears need to form a tag team and call themselves absolutely elite wrestlers.
But WWE doesn't stoop that low.
No. 34-year-old, well, speaking of Paige, 34-year-old star slams AEW after leaving the company, calls it chaotic and unorganized. A 34-year-old star recently slammed AEW after leaving the company to join WWE. The state in question is Ethan Page. All Ego first gained traction as part of the successful tag team, The North, along with Josh Alexander. After their team disbanded, Page went on to AEW in pursuit of a solo career. Initially, he was involved in some notable storylines. However, as time passed, Page's TV time reduced drastically. Ethan Page grew frustrated with his booking and departed the company. After leaving All Elite Wrestling, Page was quick to sign with WWE and even debuted on NXT. His debut match was for the NXT Championship. Since debuting in the white and gold brand, the star has already established himself as a main event player. During the recent interview with Talkin' Shop, Ethan Page compared AEW's backstage aura with that of WWE. He called his former employer's environment chaotic and unorganized. Exact quote from Ethan Page. I went from it's a quote. I don't know if it's exact. I didn't see the interview, but I went from somewhere that was so chaotic and unorganized to a place that, I'm still learning because I'm still new there, but this is a machine and it's incredible. It feels good to not feel like I have to do everything myself. I have people that want to see me succeed. It's kind of mind-blowing. Your thoughts?
Man,
Let's do this. Give me your thoughts on people bad-mouthing the company they're leaving to go to somewhere else.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
I'm really not. I don't. But at least he's citing legitimate gripes. Like if it was chaotic, cool. I still wouldn't do it because I'm not a fan of burning bridges.
Yeah, I am though.
Yeah.
My thing is if I'm leaving somewhere with no intention of coming back, I don't give a fuck what I say. I don't think, because here's the thing, like right now, who have we seen in NXT that was AEW? Sean Spears, Ethan Page, Brian Pillman Jr., Jade Cargill's up in the main roster. CM Punk, I don't count. And who else was there? I think there was one other person.
Cody.
Yeah, okay, Cody Rhodes. Okay. Which again, I don't. It's hard for me to include him too because he came from WWE. It's like, so he was returning. All these other people, they're debuting from AEW. So Punk and Cody, I can't because they left and came back. These other, 4 are debuting from AEW. So it's one thing, like, if they have no ambition, I don't think Jade Cargill has the ambition of going back, because I think she said, like, because she's definitely up there in age more than most of the women. I think she's in her like mid 30s or around my age. Not as old as you, but closer to me. So still kind of youthful in a sense.
It'd be cool. It would be cool if WWE went after that Josh Alexander too, because that dude's a beast.
Who's to say he's not? Isn't he in TNA?
Yeah.
Who's to say he doesn't show up and help Ethan Page win the title?
That'd be cool.
Right? They're doing all the. We saw Joe Hendry at fucking NXT. We saw Jordan Grace. Who's to say that fucking Alexander doesn't show up and help Ethan Page win the title?
I like that Joe Hendry.
I do too. I think he's pretty cool. And I saw the interview where he was talking about how they reverse engineered his song to become a song to get stuck in your head, and it 100% does.
Yeah.
Eric Bischoff can't believe Tony Khan is paying a former WWE star $5 million a year. WWE Hall of Famer Eric Bischoff expressed his shock after a revelation that a former WWE star is being paid $5 million a year by Tony Khan in AEW. Bischoff also comments on Khan's budget management. The former WWE star in question is current TBS champion Mercedes Moné, formerly known as Sasha Banks. It was recently reported that Moné is currently the highest paid female star in the world, as Tony Khan is reportedly paying her $5 million a year as per her current AEW contract. The WWE Hall of Famer Eric Bischoff recently shared his thoughts on how Tony Khan uses his talent budget in AEW after speaking on the Keeping It 100 podcast. Bischoff also reflected on Mercedes making $5 million a year and having creative control. Quote from the podcast, according to Dave Meltzer, and you've got to be careful, but I'm using it as a reference because I just saw it the other day. Tony Khan has a talent budget of over $100 million. Guys are making $100,000 a year, and 75% of the people on that roster feel like they're in the witness protection program. Half of them, we see them only once every 6 months. If you look at his talent budget and his expenses, I mean, look at Mercedes Moné. $5 million a year? Are you kidding me? And giving her creative control? There's also an article on here that says Eric Bischoff says a monkey could do a better job than Tony Khan, but that's not the article we're talking about. We're talking about Mercedes Moné making $5 million a year.
Hulk Hogan much?
Yeah, right? That doesn't work for me, brother.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fucking money. And you know what? I believe it to be that's the money that he had to pay her for her not to go back to WWE.
That's what it is. It's not the have her in AEW. It's to keep her away from WWE. And there is no offense to her whatsoever. Maybe some. I don't care. But she ain't worth $5 million a year.
No, she's not. And that's the thing. Too, is like other than maybe 3 times since she has left WWE, which was what, a year ago?
Maybe 2.
Unless we talked about the 4 horsewomen, she's never been a thought in my mind.
No.
So the fact that like the only reason that she was probably relevant in Tony Khan's mind was because of New Japan shit or the foreign shit, but it's like she doesn't bring that. Like there's no value. There's like I don't think she's bringing in because I don't know how much Punk was being made at fucking AEW, but whatever they're paying Punk, I could see that being a justification.
Yeah.
I don't think she's bringing in $5 million a year of fucking profits, and I just don't see it. Popular WWE star added to the Judgment Day ahead of Money in the Bank. The Judgment Day has been operating without Rhea Ripley over the past few weeks, and it now seems that they have decided to officially recruit a new star in WWE ahead of WWE Money in the Bank this weekend. Ahead of the PLE, WWE presented a kickoff event where Damian Saint was able to send a message to Seth Rollins, backed by his faction. Michael Cole introduced Priest as being accompanied by the Judgment Day, while the graphic also claimed that Finn Balor, JD McDonough, Dominic Mysterio, and Carlito were the Judgment Day. Carlito has been pushing to be part of the stable for several weeks, and while it was made clear that he wasn't a member, it could now be confirmed that He was needed ahead of Damian Priest's title match against Seth Rollins. Carlito, of course, isn't the only star who appeared to be pushing for the favor of the Judgment Day, since Liv Morgan has been helping the group since Rhea Ripley went on hiatus and was able to hand the World Tag Team Championships to Balor and McDonough a few weeks ago. So, Carlito and the Judgment Day.
You said Damian Saint was in the Judgment Day?
What did I say? I did. I meant Damian Priest. It's okay. Same fucking god. It's cool.
I don't want you to, I know that name is like forbidden over on Monday nights or Sunday nights.
Listen,
sends chills down someone's spine.
He can live with it. So Damian Priest, Carlito being part of the Judgment Day. Don't say that's cool. Don't fucking Pacman this shit, man. What the fuck, you goofy ass.
I want to see where the Finn Balor Liv Morgan.
No, you ruined that part. We're done. Dave Meltzer takes issue with WWE's wrestling. What are you fucking laughing about?
Whatever the fuck I want.
Dave Meltzer takes issue with WWE's WrestleMania 40 documentary. Earlier this week, WWE premiered WrestleMania 40 Behind the Curtain. Did you watch it on YouTube?
No, not yet.
Awesome. I would recommend doing that as part of your fucking job. An hour-long documentary showing the lead up to this year's big event. The doc primarily focused on the backstage drama revolving around the main event, which was initially scheduled to feature Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns, for Dwayne Johnson to introduce some uncertainty into the situation. Rhodes wound up performing in the match, and Behind the Curtain claims to reveal the journey there. However, writers in today's Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer, took issue to some of what was presented in the documentary. According to the reporter, the event depicted it, and the specials are a sanitized version of what actually took place. While Behind the Curtain made it seem as though The Rock named himself the true head of the table in a promo to gauge interest in the match along Reigns, Meltzer claimed that he and WWE had started negotiating that match the previous month. The deal signed at the beginning of January, which saw Johnson join the TKO board of directors, also included the WrestleMania match, which contradicts the story in the documentary. Though Meltzer's interpretation of the documentary was that the company was deciding between Rhodes and The Rock as Roman's opponent, the writer claims WWE hires have already made up a definitive decision on the matter in favor of The Rock, which was obviously changed down the line. In WrestleMania 40 Behind the Curtain, Johnson was depicted as understanding that the fans wanted Rhodes versus Reigns and gladly stepped aside, while Meltzer indicated the situation was much more complicated than that. So I guess the big question is, who knows more about what happened with The Rock, Meltzer or The Rock?
Meltzer, obviously.
It's got to be Meltzer, right? I mean, yeah. This is why Bischoff doesn't like this guy. It's like, no, that's not what happened. Let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you what happened between the guys who are telling you what happened actually really happened. And here's, first off, who cares?
Right.
And
the show was a fucking success.
Yeah, and I think secondly, like when you really look, and who knows, Meltzer could be absolutely right. I think what you really have to take out of the documentary, which I think was what they kind of did when you look at the Bray Wyatt documentary they did.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously, I think all that was real. I think everything that happened in that documentary was absolutely real, and they talked about his life and all that stuff. But they still threw a little bit of kayfabe at the very end there with the whole Wyatt shit popping up at the very end.
Yeah.
So maybe this was a work shoot documentary. You know, maybe there was a little more that went into it and shit like that. Maybe this was all just a build. Like, maybe the entire fucking time is like, hey, listen, Rock or Dwayne, we're going to play it off as if we're going to change it, but it's always going to be this, you know, and shit like that. And maybe it is, but who fucking cares? Like Meltzer needs some fucking music. He's like, no, Dwayne said he was okay with it, but really he fucking wasn't. It's like, who gives a shit if he was or not?
He got paid. I don't understand this guy. Like, I know he's like the godfather of pro wrestling news.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, the show was phenomenal. The match was awesome. What do you worry about? Who cares? I don't care. They could have went 17 different ways with the goddamn match. As long as it turned out to be a good match, doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. Last one. 36-year-old star wants Triple H to re-sign her to WWE after being released 8 years ago. Before I get to it, you want to take a guess who it is?
Fuck, I don't even know.
8 years ago. I don't know who the fuck was 8 years ago. Oh, let's find out.
Paige.
Paige. Triple H has brought back quite a few names in WWE since taking over in 2022, with many of them going on to do very well for themselves. Another former superstar wants the game to re-sign her to the Stanford-based company after game released 8 years ago. It happens to be none other than the former tag team partner of current WWE superstar Naomi. The Glow is looking to become Miss Money in the Bank this year and earns an accomplishment she never has seen in her career. Her former tag team partner Cameron, real name Arian Andrew, was released in WWE 8 years ago. I forgot all about her. It seems like the wrestling bug never left Arian, I can't remember her fucking name, who wants to be back on the biggest stage again after 8 years. In a tweet reminiscing a moment with Naomi, she requested Triple H to sign her back to WWE. Whether the 36-year-old be re-signed by the game remains to be seen. No disrespect to her, WWE doesn't need her.
WWE doesn't need her, and I believe the reason they let her go is because they found out that she couldn't fucking wrestle.
Yeah, she wasn't that good. Actually, wasn't she the one who's like, was she the candidate on Tough Enough when like Austin asked her what her favorite match was, and it was like some Alicia Fox pay-per-view match?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
That might have been her. Yeah, but she was better off as a fuckadactyl, you know?
Yeah, so no disrespect to her, but I don't think that he needs her. I don't think they have any. They can do a one-off. They can bring her back for a fucking special spot in a Royal Rumble, but even then, like you have enough women talent, you don't need to fucking bring in people like that.
I would have to say if they were going to even think about it, that she would have to do a one-off in a Rumble just to see what kind of crowd reaction would happen. Yeah. And I probably wouldn't fucking remember her music.
No, she'd have to come out to the Funkadactyls fucking music.
Yeah.
There's no reason they don't fucking need her. So, Jay, when's the next time we're together again?
Oh shit, I don't know. When's the next PLE or pay-per-view?
Let's see here. AEW pay-per-views. August 25th, All In, I think is the next AEW one.
Wow.
Yeah. And WWE is actually I think that's kind of far off too. August 3rd, SummerSlam. So
that's a little far off, but
yeah. So you enjoy your break while I continue to fucking do everything. Well, hopefully by the next month, when Jay makes his return to JFW, he'll remind me of what a final freaking thought is. And hopefully by the time he makes his return, we'll be able to announce we have some patrons.
Damn right.
So anything else wrestling related you want to talk about?
I think that's all I got. Is there anything you got?
No, but I don't like the fact you keep saying shit like that when that's my closing fucking statement.
Oh.
I'd prefer if you didn't say that's all I got.
I can't think of shit else.
You could just be like, you know what? I think we covered everything I wanted to cover. You know what? Maybe there is one more thing that I could bring to the table since you haven't brought much fucking today, except for a bullshit pre-show prediction, but it's fine.
I stole your storylines while we were talking about other things.
Yeah, you fucking cackling witch. Yeah, I don't think anything else is really happening in wrestling right now.
Oh, Super Brawl. WWE got that. I don't know how they're going to use it, but they got it.
It'll probably be NXT. I think they're starting to do. It looks like they're building towards monthly NXT PLEs, which I'm fine with. And it seems like they're using a lot of. I know Battlegrounds was a former WWE one, but I mean obviously they're pulling ECW ones, they're pulling WCW ones, and I'm fine with it. You know, I'm fine with a monthly NXT PLE because they have enough talent to put that shit on. But I think they still need an all women's pay-per-view. I think October is the best time to do it.
I think October would be the best time because of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Is there a female history month? Probably not.
Yeah, March.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, really? See that they can do 2 a year.
I know, right? See, if you weren't such a sexist fucking misogynist, you probably would know that. But it's okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, March, Women's History Month. It's right after the black one. So, I'm sorry. What is February called? What is it called?
Black History Month.
Okay, so there you go. What want me to say? Yeah. I'm not gonna sit there and say like, oh, it's right after African American History Month, because I'm not gonna sit there and say, like, oh, well, I have to be politically correct. No, it's after the black one. I don't know what to fucking tell you. Okay, I'm sorry, and I disagree. It shouldn't be the shortest month of the year, but this is where we're at. Okay, come at me. Disagree with what I said. I'm sorry. No, if you would have said, hey, when's the Black History Month one? Like, oh, it's right before the women's one. But no, because you want to be the white guy who has to be, oh, I gotta be offended. I gotta be offended for people. Fuck you. I don't know what to tell you.
It just sounded funny, dude.
Well, because I'm a hilarious fucking guy. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry, everything that comes out of my mouth is comedic gold. Unintentional. I can't explain it. It's just who I am. I don't fucking know.
Calm down, Farley. All right.
I'm going to tell you right now, if this was the regular if this was the JFIW, that probably would have been the show notes. that probably would have been the show title, because this has got to be just freaking Money in the Heatwave. But if this was the regular, it probably would have been like right before the black one. So,
not like top fans like meth.
Yeah, I mean, apparently they do.
Hey,
I don't say it. So unless there's another pay-per-view coming up, Jay and I will get back together at the beginning of August. So, again, before we go, I want to thank. I know Nubby won't appreciate it. I know Pax will, but I do want to appreciate the workhorses who invited me to be part of ARW next Saturday. I think I might take them up on their offer, and who knows, maybe Dizzle J will find an opportunity to come with and go check out an ARW show, because I haven't been to one in such a long time. It would be nice to kind of get back to it.
actually, that might be doable.
Yeah, right. So make sure you guys are checking out your local indie shows, be part of it. And if you don't know where one's at, well, listen to us every single week, because we talk about indie shows consistently. So, make sure you do listen to us wherever you listen to your podcast, whether it be on Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever it is. Just search us. Make sure you subscribe. You could watch our shows over on YouTube at the JFW Podcast. Make sure you subscribe over there. And also, you can follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, just by searching JFW Podcast or Just Freakin' Wrestling. So, Jay, that's all I got.
Time to ring the bell on this episode.
Perfect. As always, I am Travis C.
I'm Dizzle J.
And thank you for listening to the episode of Just Freakin' Wrestling. Yeah, see what I did there? You're all like, I'm going to throw my fingers in the fucking air. Yeah, no, I did it quickly. Thank you for listening to the episode of Just Freakin' Wrestling, the JFW Podcast.
Peace.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!